go awry. I don't usually worry about that, but it's my first time with this new setup. So what I did let's talk about what's changed with the RanchCast since the last time we were all together. The first thing that's changed is, the mic's not new, but I've changed the audio setup just a little bit. Tried to get rid of some of my background noise, things of that nature. I'll continue working on that. Next thing to change is I've moved jobs at Rancher. So I'm still with Rancher Labs. I'm now part of our consulting group. So past life, before all the startup stuff, my time with Apprenda, my time here, I was a consultant. Did a lot of things in the .NET space, did some LAMP. I've even done a little bit of Microsoft Access in Delphi. I won't say that too loud. But I was one of those really smart people who left college during the .com bust and really just had to do whatever would, help me to survive and make money and all that sort of things. So some days it was Access, some days it was COBOL. Yes, I've done COBOL professionally. Actually, Micro Focus COBOL, which I looked up recently, and they've got some containerization stuff that looks kind of cool. So I'm going to check that out because I've not actually looked at that at all. So let's talk about if you'd like to join us today. As always, you can follow me on YouTube. That's twitter.com/Jason Van Brackle. I know, I have a crazy long last name, but it's easy to remember, sort of. I tried to do the twitter.com/I'm JvB, but I'm JvB was already taken. Go figure. If you'd like to join our conversation, so we are live streaming on Mixer, on Twitch, and on YouTube, which means I either have to do unified chat through Restream or through something else. So I Restream and I blast it out to 3 places at once. So if you'd like to join the conversation, go to slack.rancher.io and go ahead and join our Slack community. And inside of that Slack community, which is in rancherusers.slack.com, in here you will find a channel called The RanchCast. Well, once it loads. The RanchCast, and you can join us here. So I will pay attention to that channel. I don't pay attention to the Restream chat or the other chats that are going on. So if you're spamming the chat, I won't notice at all. Eventually, I'm going to actually build the stuff in and unify the APIs because I am a software developer and I like building stuff like that. Jeff Fritz has done some pretty cool things along that. If for some reason you miss a live stream, they all end up here on YouTube. So youtube.com/the RanchCast. There's also youtube.com/Rancher. And Rancher does lots and lots and lots of free training. So you go to rancher.com/training. We have all kinds of free training. We do Kubernetes and Rancher 101s once a week-ish, and master classes as we find really good teachers and really good content. We had some issues with content last year. We had a few people who were a little too salesy for a Kubernetes masterclass. So we've actually changed that process after feedback from the community saying, hey, that was a little too salesy, and I agreed. So do check us out there as well. So let's see where we were as of the last time we met. So if you want to follow along, it is github.com/Jason Van Brackle. You'll see that a lot. /Cattle Drive. So the idea of Cattle Drive is, well, originally it was called Automate All the Things. It was called Automate All the Things. I decided to give it a kitschy name because Rancher has all kinds of really kitschy names. Our company meetup we call Stampede. We have Rancher. We have Longhorn. That's right. Oh, and for those of you who missed it, Longhorn is now a CNCF sandbox project. So if you want to check out Longhorn, go to longhorn.io. Please join us. We actually do a community meetup once a month. I'm the chair of that meetup. Shen Yang, who is awesome, it does a lot of the tech for that and some of the development, actually most of the development. I may join in there as well because I need a reason to hack on Go. I haven't had a chance to hack on Go a whole lot. It's an area I'd like to be a little bit stronger in. One, because I just enjoy programming languages, and two, because I think Longhorn's really interesting. So got a question from Slack already. And let's go to the RanchCast. Is there a specific topic for the cast? Today, it's automation. So today we're talking automation. On Thursdays, we'll be talking other topics. So right now, it's breaking the monolith. If you want to see what series are going on, you can go to github.com. again, /B/the RanchCast. So I'm now keeping information about the episodes here, and currently on Tuesdays we'll be automating all the things. On Thursdays we'll be breaking the monolith. For now, I have another series coming called Let's Learn Together. We're going to start with learning different technologies in the CNCF space. We actually probably will start with Longhorn because I'm spending a lot of time there right now. And of course, past series and past episodes are all available here. And if you want to get into streaming, I've actually provided my OBS configuration here. You can just copy, do what you want with. Get rid of the RanchCast graphics, obviously. But this is so that other people can learn and do OBS. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do a stream on streaming. That'd be kind of cool. So let's go back to Cattle Drive. Now, you also notice I'm on a Windows machine now. And really, it just got to the point where all of the businessy things I need to do are just easier in Windows. And, Office is still Office, and Google Docs is great, but it's still not Office. So my favorite Linux machine is now my Windows machine with WSL2. So we'll be spending some time in this as well. You'll have to excuse the constant drinks of water. Since KubeCon, I've been fighting cold after cold after cold. I still have an upper respiratory thing. Not major, but that'll keep me from coughing constantly. So let's go ahead and clone Cattle Drive, because I've moved everything to different machines. Open up our terminal. In this case, I'm going to do it at WSL2. Or actually, I'll use Microsoft Terminal. So Microsoft Terminal is really cool because it's... let's drag it over to the species so you can all see it. So I default to PowerShell Core because I do lots of PowerShell, but I do lots of PowerShell in Windows and Linux. But I want Bash today. Oops. Control is Alt-Shift-3. No, never mind. We'll use the... I still haven't memorized my keyboard shortcuts. Let's do Ubuntu. And here we are. So, let's go to my source directory, and let's grab Cattle Drive. And I'm not even sure if this will run. We may actually have to put some secrets in because it's been a while since I've done this. So we're going to open this. Yep. You can see all the things I'm working on. I'm working on a lot of different things right now. All right. So let's just open this in VS Code. I need a cough button. Eventually I'll get there. So we spent lots of time in VS Code before. This should all look familiar to y'all. And it was this... Got the setup RKE provider. Oh, good. This was actually set up Terraform and things of that nature. I should have Terraform, but let's double check. Oh, I don't have Terraform. All right. So I don't know the most common Terraform version, and the Terraform provider has since changed the setup. So that's the other thing that's changed. So the Yamamoto, who is an awesome developer, did a lot of work on the Terraform provider for RKE, which was part of our setup. He had, he looked to retire from doing that full time and maintaining that full time. So when he went out on the Twitter and asked for help, I immediately went to the team and said, "Hey, we need to bring this into Rancher." So this is now a Rancher project. I'm not sure if it has been through the full HashiCorp cycle yet. It's probably not. So that's the first thing first. Is that the first thing we'll have to do? You know what? Let's take some notes of our to-dos for today. So we're gonna have to move the RKE Terraform provider from Yamamoto to Rancher. So we'll do that. We'll install Terraform in our WSL setup. And then we'll set our secrets, which I'll have to do off screen. Well, by off screen, just on my other monitor, since we are live after all. And then we'll make sure it works. So, this is where I need your feedback. Because right now we're doing Azure, we're doing Terraform. We'll also branch out into some other, this is where we'll branch out into some other technologies. AWS, GCP, DigitalOcean. Well, as long as DigitalOcean sticks around. I know they had a big layoff, but we love them. So we're going to branch this out a little bit. So part of Cattle Drive is this is a community thing. I want a community reference architecture for you all to start with. Well, I'm going to focus on the Azure things, and that's because the community asked me to focus on the Azure things when we started. But I want some help. Fork this. Translate to AWS. Translate to DigitalOcean. You know, heck, I'd be happy to have you on. I love doing the RanchCast when I have other people on. You've seen here when Chris Carty was on, who is an awesome CKA and one of the ranch hands. You were probably listening when Austin was on, showing off Lightstep and talking about telemetry. We are going to talk about observability quite a bit this year. So there's a few emerging trends in the industry. Observability now is about 3 years old as an official movement in this space. Caught my attention last year. It's one of my major focuses for this year. I'm going to be building out courseware around that for our consulting wing. I'll be doing a lot on the RanchCast with it. I'll be writing blogs about it because I think it's one of those things that you need if you're going to do distributed computing well. So, RKE, setup secrets. We already asked for feedback. I'm not going to type that in. And then we'll figure out what's next. All right. Let's get started, shall we? So first thing, we're going to move that. So let's go to our setup Terraform provider. And I don't know that address right now. So let's open Firefox. Thank you. All right, github.com. And I'm sure it's in a Rancher. And let's go to repos. And let's find a repo. And I bet it's something Terraformy. Oh, I see it right here. All right. So this is the RKE Terraform provider, the same one that Yamamoto started. We've since brought it over here. He's awesome. Rawmind, Raul, former FE, now working with the engineering team, working with open source stuff. So Rawmind, Raul is an awesome developer over in Europe. And let's see. Requirements, cloning, we don't need to clone it. We just want to use the provider. We're going to install it as a plugin. So, which means it is not yet installing plugins. Okay, so we are going to put it in our Terraform D plugins in our system. I'm not actually using Windows. I'm using the Ubuntu subsystem for the Windows subsystem for Linux with Ubuntu. So we're going to do it the Linuxy way because honestly, I prefer working Linux, but it's just easier for me to keep a Windows laptop with Linux as my secondary operating system. So let's go into releases. Because I think that's how I had it set up before. Yep, we're grabbing the releases and the Terraform version that we want. It's Terraform version. I think it's actually the plugin version, but that's okay. Oh, 0.14.1. So I don't think that's changed. Well, that's nice. Look at that. This is a nice one thing. So the only thing we really have to change is, I believe, this. And that should do that. Terraform version. Architecture doesn't change because I'm staying in a Linux subsystem. Unzipping. All right. And cleanup. Let's give it a go. The joys of live code. All right. And again, I'll apologize for the coughing. I'll try not to cough into the mic and blow out all your eardrums. All right. I really need some background music that would prevent me from having to hum so much. Or I could just sing. I'm not a good singer. Oop. See, this is what we get for live coding. Command not found. All right. Where did we download it? There's probably something wrong with my bash command or my curl command. Out Terraform provider RKE. I don't see it here. Where did it go? I'll test it later. We'll download it manually. Gremlins, like Chris Carty says. So you don't see over here on my left, I have the actual my Slack notifications for when all you RanchCast people make fun of me for mistakes. It happens a lot, so. And I've got thick skin. Feel free to make fun of me lots. It's actually part of the fun of doing this. All right, so that should now be in downloads. You know what? let's open up another screen. All right. And unzip, actually unblock file. And then unzip. Is there an unzip for? No, there is no unzip. Oof. See, my last machine had all kinds of aliases that I have not set up yet on this machine. So I'm going to go ahead and open a Windows Explorer window, go into downloads. I'm reading lots of observability. Actually, some of my favorite publications of observability are Honeycomb.io. They have a commercial offering in the observability space. That is awesome. And go ahead and just follow all their people on Twitter, because they are really, really wonderful follows with lots and lots of cool stuff. All right. So we're going to cut this out. Actually, yeah, I can get it from my Linux subsystem because I'm right here. Oh, also need to install Terraform. And let's read the docs because they could have changed the last time I looked at them. So terraform.io/docs, and read the docs, people. Please, read your docs. Read all of the docs. And I'm sure there's a quick start right here on the main page. Download CLI. Give me the Linuxy one. Shouldn't I? Let's just see if it's an apt. What? Oh, I'm still in PowerShell, aren't I? Apt get install Terraform. Sudo. Question is, do I remember my password? Oh, no Terraform? Really? I thought there was a Terraform package. All right, let's grab the 64-bit one. All right. So I'm going to have to do all of this beforehand, but unfortunately, yesterday I had to drive down to Maryland to go pick my daughter up from a birthday party. All the kids were off for MLK, and my daughter decided, she went to go to a birthday party down there with other family, and me being the softie who just can't say no, ended up driving down there 2 hours up and back. And there we go. We got that. Good to go. And let's try that. Inflating Terraform. Good. And so we have Terraform inflated. And then we're going to move that to bin Terraform. All the time. That's a problem when you get used to Windows. You get used to having like God level control, which is incredibly dangerous. Actually, in my PowerShell windows, when I have an admin window, my admin window actually has a different color, so I don't screw things up. So that's better. And I didn't actually check to see what the permissions on that were. Okay, good. Read, write. Wow, that's okay. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Good. We have Terraform now. Woohoo! All right, so that was thing one. We had our to-do list for today. We did that. That is done. Check. Move Terraform to Rancher. We haven't done that, so let's do that too. And now that we have Terraform installed, you know what? It actually helped to have this here. And I want this directory here. This is the one downside to be a Linux, is trying to keep a unified home directory means going through the mount. To do it, all right. So I do not. Oh, it was in downloads. I was already there. I am not a smart man. Sorry about that. There's my Terraform. All right. Could not find the path. Oh, okay. Let's make one then. All right. There. Oh, not the zip file. Don't mind the beeping every so often. That's a battery backup on my internet that has just been around for a while. That really just needs to be replaced. All right. Oh, back at PowerShell. I'm confusing it. That's not going to help me. I need... Okay. I need to be in an Ubuntu window. In my this is one of those things I'm gonna have to just adjust to with live streaming and switching back and forth between operating systems. All right, so I'm gonna copy. Okay, Terraform provider, and I'll move that to /. Oh, it's going to make. I'm going to make a directory. We'll put it here for now. All right. All right. One of these days, I'll get this whole typing thing right. And all right, and let's double check our docs to make sure I have my plugin name right from my README. I think it was just, yeah, just RKE. All right. Using the provider. Yep. Okay. And we'll fix that later, probably off camera. I don't need to play around with the bash script all day long. And then, no. Yay, okay, step 2 done. All right, off. And we'll make a note for off camera. Fix stupid bash script. I have no idea how I broke it. I know it worked months ago, but you know how that goes. All right, so we got to set our secrets and make sure everything works. So I'm going to copy. I'm going to go look at, see what's in my Terraform module directory, because I don't think I have any secrets exposed in there. At least I shouldn't. That'd be bad if I did, wouldn't it? Checking in secrets to Windows, who would do such a thing? Or checking secrets to GitHub, who would do such a thing? Yeah, we've done that. We've all done it at once. All right. So I'm going to need a TFVAR. So for those of you with Terraform who are just learning now, we need variables in Terraform. There are a couple ways to do it. One, you could have them right in your Terraform module files. Don't do that. We want them actually in, where's my variables? Configuration language. So input variables. There are a couple ways to do it. You can have them in your environment. You can also have a TFVARs file. Or you can put them right into your Terraform code. I'm actually going to use them via a TFVARs file, which I'm looking for to show, in a TFVARs file. So either specific command line or automatically loaded. So there are different ways to do it. I'm going to use a TFVARs file with all of my secrets, and I'm going to do that off camera. So I'm at least going to create that. I need to know which ones I need to do. So let's actually create it here. We're in the Terraform module. We need a TFVARs file. So Terraform will actually pick up that TFRs file and use them for the things that we need to do. So I have variables I need to inject. So we use Let's Encrypt. So I'm going to need the Let's Encrypt email and a Let's Encrypt environment. So let's just grab. Oh, I need. Oh, look at that. I need. Yes, let's search the marketplace. I want the Terraform stuff. Please install it. Yeah, and there was a Terraform stuff provided by Microsoft. I don't see it here. There, reload required. Go ahead and reload. So now I should have highlighting. Good. I want syntax highlighting and linting and all that fun stuff for Terraform. Good. We have that now. So I'm going to need, go back here. What is that? It's Control-Shift-E. Oh, I've made it all angry. I'm not sure why I've made it all angry, but it is all angry. All right, so variables. I'm going to need this Let's Encrypt email. You're going to want to do this too for your own. You can call your TFRs whatever you'd like. What else are we going to need? I'm going to need so this is not so secret. It's just my email address. And the environment, we're going to do staging for now. Actually, let's just do production. I'm only going to do a couple of days anyway. Why are you angry? Illegal character. Do you not like that? No. Huh. Is the spaced? Oh, that's right. A little rusty. It's been a couple weeks since I've done some Terraform. All right, what else do we need? We're not going to do the Cloudflare. We do need some node credentials. Create your. That's fine. We can use the my pub key there with that email. Feel free to adjust as you need. I just use the I Am Superman stuff for my own, for all of the recordings I do. Resource group, East US, control plane. These all, yeah, we'll do the smallest thing possible. I'm fine with the smallest thing possible for our demo today. Really? That's it? I thought I had more keys I needed here. It's been long enough since I've done this that I'm actually a little bit confused, but that's okay. That's okay. If that's all we need, that's all we need. I don't think that's the case. I think I'm forgetting something. Yeah, each of these have their own variables too. You know what? It's been long enough since I've done one of these, and I've not watched my own video. Let's give it a test and see what breaks. It's going to break, but that's okay. We can break. Actually, it'll tell me what variables I need as soon as I hit. Or no, we can get rid of this one and this one. Now that we're here, and I'm going to review that install. The install one, because that's what I use for everything to automate that. So it removes all my junk, this save file, any of the Terraform information, the kube config for the cluster, the lock files, and did init apply. Which I'm just going to do it from here because I do want to see it. All right. So it looks like we actually installed that plugin properly too, which is a good thing. So what's happening for all of you not familiar with Terraform is I break up the Terraform into reusable modules. So I have separate modules for Azure Network, Azure Front-End Load Balancer, things to automate the joining of Rancher, things of that nature. So there's a lot going on here to just make this to make this work. So it has to download all the different providers off of the web, the Rancher provider. And since my if my plugin was initialized properly, I'd gotten errors there. So that's good. So let's do a Terraform plan. So Terraform plan will tell us all the things it's going to do if I spell it correctly. All right, so it does need the Let's Encrypt email, a Rancher domain name. Okay, so we're going to need that too. What else? Just be angry at me. I don't mind you angry at me. Just be angry. Just tell me what the next thing is you need. No? We're not gonna do that? No? Okay. Oh. Oh. That's it? Oh, and I need Azure RM. That's right. So, here's a couple things. Add Azure RM install to script that JvB broke. All right, so we'll also need Azure RM. This is like going back to the beginning. So let's see if, I don't think I'll have the Azure CLI in here, do I? I don't, good. So apt search Azure CLI. I don't think it's in there. Nope. All right, again, going to the documentation. There we go. Microsoft has done a lot to make their docs easy. Going all the way, so Linux with app. This is the one we want. Python interpreter and does not use the system Python. Okay. Install with one command. Sure. Let's just curl right into bash. That's safe, right? Honestly, I just want to do it fast. Nope, not here. That one. And Azure CLI. You know what? I'm just going to put that in the setup here. Adjust as needed for you people who are not Ubuntu using apt. If you're using Yum or something else, you know, change as needed. But I'm going to set this up here. Set parking Terraform. Yeah. Set up. We're going to set up Azure CLI apt. There. And done. And okay, that should have done it. Let's find out if it works. Oh. AZ. Good. And we'll just AZ log in. There are lots of ways to log in. Oh, no link? Oh, come on. Ubuntu did that for me. Actually, the Microsoft terminal may already do that. I haven't downloaded the latest version yet. And the code, you could have all authenticated into my account in that like 2-second period. But I don't think a lot of you are watching. Plus, I'd have to be logged in anyway. There we go. Yeah, I'm with the login anyway. So I did this with my Rancher account, I think. All right, we'll find out in a minute. All right. We are logged in. So let's try this again. Oh, we have to fill in a few things into our secrets. Set up our variables. So Rancher domain name. Do I want to go through and do the Cloudflare stuff and do Rancher, or do I just want to do like a East US type of thing where I use the we're going to stage this. Nah, we'll production it. And I forget how the stuff in, you know what, we're just going to, I will remove the Let's Encrypt part from now. So when we do install Rancher, email host name, install Rancher with Let's Encrypt. Yeah, let's I wish I would have reviewed this ahead of time. It would have been a lot less painful. That's all right. We'll have it do a VMware.net for now. I'll expect to fail because it will want the Cloudflare. Maybe I'll just set up my Cloudflare too, since VMware.net will do that. The Cloudflare module I will need as well, which means I will need my Cloudflare token and my Cloudflare email address. Yeah. So we'll do this as rancher.vmbrackle.net. I will enable the Cloudflare stuff. And I will get off camera. In a moment. What else will I need? So that means I will need the Cloudflare module actually enable this part of this here. So we'll want that. And that will also mean that in my main, I want Cloudflare running too. There. And we'll do our Cloudflare DNS here. So that will help me. Oh, that's perfect. So my front-end load balancer, that's right. So my front-end load balancer, the way this works is that I set up a front-end load balancer for Azure to go into my Rancher cluster. I then grab that IP address and tell Cloudflare DNS, which you can automate. It's one of the cool things about Cloudflare to set that up. So that will make my life just a little bit easier since I don't remember how I had the Windows stuff set before. So I will do that. Now let's init this again. Terraform. Actually, it's going to fail when it hits that init. So I'm going to my other screen to look up my Cloudflare thing. Dash.cloudflare. Username and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just kidding. It's not actually my password. And then, all right. Oh, I don't have this on the Van Brackle one. I have this in my management cluster. I've even forgotten that. That's how long this has been. All right. API token. All right. I need an API token. The RanchCast. Yeah, sorry, it's kind of boring. The RanchCast. Custom. Yeah, that's fine. I want DNS. Oh, they've changed all this around. All right, maybe I can just use my zone key. API tokens, sessions. Nope. They have changed this around. You know what? I'm going to use this one instead. And we're definitely going to keep this off of GitHub. Yes, I'm not a robot. It's asking if I'm a robot. Do I look like a robot to you? Don't answer that. All right, good. So I have this key. I'm already going to close the screen. I'm going to go to code. I'm going to put this over here. Which means I cannot show you that screen anymore, or at least, so let's pop that over into its own code window. So I'm going to open a second code window that just has the variables in it that I won't open over here. Okay. So we'll keep that open over here. We'll keep this, this one. That's the other one. This one goes here. This one goes here. So we'll make sure not to open up that variables file. And then I'm just going to open a file over here. File, open file. And we'll keep my variables file off screen. It's got to be like a cool way of blocking that live. I got to figure that out. Cattle drive. How are we doing time? We'll do about an hour today. We got a bunch of stuff I got to do today, so we'll do about an hour. We'll talk about what's next. All right, TFR's over here. Install that. All right, it looks good. Come on, keep going. All right. Okay, so we're good there. Let's go ahead and do a Terraform plan again. So it's going to hit up Azure. It's going to hit up Cloudflare. Oh, I have to init. So When you're writing error messages for your software, write them like this. And let me tell you why. Because this tells me exactly what I need to do. It's context aware, which is super duper awesome. The Terraform 011 stuff was real pain, so I really like this a lot. So we re-terraformed it because we added a new plugin. And now we'll plan. Oh, need an address. I have an address. Ooh. And then instead of rancher, it's going to be rancher.my. Huh. I do have a TFVars, right? I do have a TFVars. I have my variables TFVars. Did I spell it wrong? Cloudflare email. Nope, it's spelled right. Okay. I'm going to do this off screen for a second. Then I'll clear the screen. Yeah, we'll clear the screen once it buffers up far enough so you can't see my password, my API key. All right. It's not getting any of my variables. All right. Let's just take a peek at the Terraform documentation so I know what exactly I'm doing wrong. I'm doing something wrong. I don't think I need to, I usually don't have to say that. Because it's, oh, that's it. That's what I did wrong. It has to be terraform.tfvars. So I'm going to change that name. All right, so we're going to variables.tfvars to terraform.tfvars. And now you won't be able to see that buffer thing anymore, so good. Oh, and let's make sure we're logged in. Azure login. No, not. AZ login. All right, device login. Actually, you couldn't anyway. You'd still have to log in to. There are other ways of doing this login. This is just the quickest way that I can think of off the top of my head. All right. So we're logged into the Azure CLI. We have our Rancher account. We do our Terraform plan. See what happens. It's also possible that they've changed my creds on the Rancher Azure account, or not my creds, my permissions, and I'll just do it from my private Azure. Hey, look at that. Cloudflare, checking stuff out. Oh, that reminds me. I need to make sure that my Cloudflare doesn't mess up the stuff that I actually need in. Oh, no. That's GoDaddy. I'm not automating GoDaddy. So I have the ability to automate GoDaddy as well. I don't know if it's in this one. But that actually controls my email. And that would be bad if I inadvertently messed that up. So glad I thought about that. Oh, did they... We have all kinds of things wrong here, don't we? No file exists at... Oh, that's easy. So we can fix the Azure RM stuff because that's just a path issue. I doing all right? Oh, I don't have a public key there. There are just some days where you shouldn't code or automate or test because you haven't had enough coffee and you're rusty and you make big mistakes and people can laugh at you. So please laugh. All right. So I need, actually, copy. Like you want to, nope, one more. All right. So that'll fix that issue. So now that's, I really do it. Okay, what else did we mess up here? Oh, okay. The warnings are fine. I don't care about the warnings. So you used to use string interpolation in Terraform, and it now uses object-based interpolation, which is kind of awesome. It's just I haven't fixed the old Cloudflare module yet. Let's try this one more time, shall we? How are we doing over in Slack? Let's look at Slackland. Hello, Slackland. All right. Hi, Jeff. Hope all is going well. D. Handel, thank you for joining us. All right. Refreshing state, refreshing state. Like I said, I need background music. That way I'm not humming so much. So when you see me looking like this, it just means I'm looking at myself on the screen to see what my feed looks like. Really, I just need to set up a camera right there at my screen. Oh. Is an empty list object. I wonder if I have one too many zones. Let's... Hey, Weston. Thanks for joining us. All right. So Cloudflare also did change their API a couple times as of late, and I just may have broken it, and that's fine. This is part of the fun of live code, is you get to see all the fun mistakes I make. Cloudflare module main. Oh, look, it's even telling me. You know what? Let's actually look at the Cloudflare API. Yeah, there was a change in there somewhere. I vaguely remember there being a change, but it's been a couple of months since I've done that with the Cloudflare stuff. So we're going to go to providers. So for those of you not Terraform familiar, providers are the plugins used to talk to all these other infrastructure systems. So we're going to go to Cloudflare. And there's our example, keys, resource. That's it. That's your big example. Really. All right. Domain, zones. So I got zones. Zones, replace domain.com. Yeah, we just removed .com. So that gets them my management cluster. And then the domain records for that. Let's look here. There we go. All right, zones test. Name star, stat of active. Okay, that's good. Cloudflare zones, test zone 0. So Cloudflare, oh, it's because I called it zones. Let's not do that. Let's call Rancher zone. So Cloudflare zones, test, Cloudflare zones, Rancher. And 0, and then my domain name variable. Okay. I don't have a domain name variable. That's part of the problem. So I'm replacing the .com. Okay, so I just need this part of the domain name. So what I am changing out is this. I had my Rancher cluster will be rancher.mymanagementcluster.com. The zone is mymanagementcluster.com. Excuse me. That should modify that. That should do all the things I need it to do, I believe. Data Maybe. Maybe not. We'll give it a go. I might have broke it. I might not. I'm okay with it. My watch is telling me I need to stand up. The terraformer's telling me to keep working. All right. So if I've screwed this up and it's not working right, I'll come back to it, and we'll call it a day today. And starting on either Thursday or next Tuesday. So I'm considering making Thursday the kind of the breaking the monolith day and talk about monoliths and talk about software architecture, and where our Tuesdays will be our automation day. Tell me what you think. Put it in the comments in the YouTube. That way I know whether you like that idea or not. Okay, empty list of object. Data, Cloudflare zone. So there is no zone, is there? Name. All right. I'm going to have to experiment a bit with the Cloudflare stuff off camera. So I'm going to end the episode here for now. On Thursday, we'll be talking breaking the monolith. I'll be a little more prepared for that because I actually have time between now and then to look over the monolith and where I was going with it. So here are my to-dos for next Tuesday for more automating all the things. And I may pop up some in between if I have the time. It depends. So we did this. And we didn't do that. And we haven't talked about what's next. But I do have to fix the bash script. I do have to set up the install, and I have to figure out what's wrong with that. Figure out what's wrong with Cloudflare. So I'm going to end the episode here for now. Thank you all for joining me. This is now going to be a regular thing. So Tuesdays, automating all the things. Thursdays, breaking the monolith until we finish one of these series, and then we'll start the next series. I'll have the video up on YouTube later today for you're watching this on YouTube, you're not watching it live. But for those of you who start it late live, I'll have it up there. And again, it's YouTube/The RanchCast, Mixer/The RanchCast, Twitch TV/The RanchCast. Thank you all for joining me today, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye now.